interest. What did you mean exactly by those comments, and what did you want to achieve?
I already spoke about that, and I don't have nothing to add.
But obviously, what you said.
It's Cardiff tomorrow, please.
But you don't want to address at all the fact that said what you said?
I already spoke about that, and I think I was quite clear. No more than that.
But with all due respect.
Yes, people, welcome back to the Football Lounge. Welcome back to a brand new video. And listen, Maresca's made a lot of noise, a lot of speculations going around about what these comments mean. So let's dive into it. I don't think. Listen, he's not talking about the fans here. So for me, it's either he's talking about the sporting directors or the owners. And if I was going to choose, I think he's talking about the owners here. And listen, whenever a manager comes out and speaks against the owners, it never ends well, especially at Chelsea. So I'm really hoping that nothing major comes from this, because I don't want another manager sacked, because I don't trust his ownership to get a manager that's good enough. And listen, this ownership, they made a lot of mistakes, and the fans are already against them as it is right now. So if they sack Maresca, I don't want to see what's going to happen, because we're already down on the owners and their style of ownership, because we know they like to buy young players, and I think if they do sack Maresca, they'll get another young manager like a De Zerbi or someone from I don't know, maybe someone from the Championship again, and be the same cycle again. It'll be the same thing. It's like we take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it's so annoying. It could also be that these comments have been taken out of context. Maresca didn't want to explain exactly what he meant, so I think it's more than likely he's talking about the owners, because if he was talking about the media, he would just say that. But the fact that he didn't want to further explain his comments makes you think that it's something, it has to be about the owners. I mean, and the thing is, right, is the owners don't like when you speak out against them. We've seen that in the past with Graham Potter, we've seen it with Pochettino. All the managers they've hired end up getting sacked. And I think in the summer it'll be 2 years since Maresca's come in, so I'm just hoping that we don't sack him, because we need some we need to continue with Maresca. We can't keep changing manager every season. And we saw it with Thomas Tuchel. Obviously Tuchel was not happy, and the owner's like a yes man. They want the manager to be a head coach. They don't want the manager to speak up about anything. All they want is a head coach who's going to coach the players and just listen to whatever the owners tell him to do. And I think Maresca's unhappy with maybe them not backing him enough with the squad depth, them not getting the centre back which he wanted. So I think he's frustrated, and why not? He should be frustrated. We didn't bring in good enough players. I've said this. Getting Gittins and Garnacho, it was pointless. When you could have got Fermin Lopez, you could have got, a lot of better. Even Xavi Simons, I think, would have suited Chelsea better than at Tottenham. There's players we could have got that would help us against the low block as well, which we really struggle against. Okay, moving on to Chelsea vs Everton. I think it was a solid performance from us, especially defensively. I was really proud of the way we defended. I thought Fofana's been really good recently, been playing 90-minute games. And we just need to keep that guy fit, because he makes such a big difference. Chalobah looks a lot better alongside him compared to when you have Tosin. And the biggest surprise in this game was Gusto basically playing as an 8. It was crazy. Gusto played really well, obviously goal and assist, but you had James midfield with Enzo. You had Gusto. You had Enzo and Gusto as 2 8s. You had kind of Palmer in the right half space. You had João Pedro obviously up front. You had the two wingers, Nacho and Neto. But Maresca's basically playing Gusto, who's a right back in midfield, and he's working. James in midfield as well. And listen, you got to give the things with Maresca is, I think he will experiment, and sometimes it'll work out, and sometimes you'll be like, what is he doing? Like that Atalanta game that we lost in Champions League, it didn't work, but in this game it did work with Gusto in midfield. And we've obviously seen him use it against big teams as well. So hats off to Maresca and hats off to Gusto. Guys, we have a chance to get into the Carabao Cup semi-final tomorrow against Cardiff. I think our first in the Championship. It won't be an easy game, guys. I think it's going to be 3-1 win for us. We should be able to get through. I expect a lot of rotation. Casado's going to be back in the team. His suspension's over. Esteval should play. Hopefully Boyanote can get some minutes. Andre Santos, Hato definitely needs some minutes. Cucurella needs a rest. Same with Enzo. So I expect a lot of rotation. I think Tyreek George may be up front. We know he's frustrated and he wants to leave Chelsea, but I think he will play this game, and it's a good chance for the players to get a game in. And yeah, let's hope for a win tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel, and let's see what happens with the Maresca situation. Hopefully it all blows over, and see you soon. Peace.